tired. It's funny because when you sleep and you're still under duress and stress from abusive people, you don't like the way you look in the morning. Your eyes are like, yeah. Then you'd have to get, I don't want Plexiderm and stuff like that. That's just a temporary solution to a temporary fix to a temporary abuse. I don't want to use chemicals and things like that to temporarily endure something that is just a temporary. It's just, we're in a states of being, and when you radically change states of being and the way that people think, and then act upon that thinking. Now, speaking, is an entirely different matter, because people can think, I'm going to kill you. I love you. You're my best friend. Okay? And then what they do is radically different. So you have to think and do. Okay? As far as speaking, when you need to speak, explain why you're doing it, because what you're thinking. Okay? But as far as speaking's over fucking rated. It really is. If the words have no meaning and the thoughts are not based off of true value and the essence of our true value in our existence, speaking is, people reading, like, you don't think reading's a little bit overrated, since the two most circulated books in the world are the Bible and the Quran, and most people that read it are not involved in the thoughts and the dialogue and the actions, and and then try to make themselves into a cartoon character in that book, because they're nothing like the people in the book. So don't you think reading could be a tad bit overrated? Grimm's fairy tales, Mein Kampf, Turner's Bible, Machiavelli, Sun Tzu, right? Art of War sucks. I've never read it, but I've experienced enough to know I don't want to, because I don't need to delve into that fucked up mind and play in there and stay in there and say, oh yeah, you gotta do this to your enemies so you can win. Yeah, okay. Make life miserable. Life's eternal and grace is infinite, but I suck, so everybody sucks. Right? Machiavelli, same thing, right? And so Dante's Inferno, Dante's trying to figure it out, just like Tolkien and Lewis. And they're not a part of the narrative. So Revelation and Daniel are very confusing. If you're trying to guess again and figure it out. But if it's perpetual molecular structures, understanding, okay, once this has come to pass, then we don't have to deal with that shit. Okay, that's cool. That's come to pass. And that's how it was when I read when they had me read Revelation in Sierra Vista. Was cool, Spanish influenza, blah, blah, blah. So all this stuff has come to pass. So now we don't have any more prophecy to fulfill, right? And so once you get to that point, and you have computing to sit there and go, okay, these people are think, lie, do. Okay. Me, think, be truthful, do. I'm the way, the truth, and the life. So I'm different than think, lie, do. And one of the things that I was just sitting here thinking about this morning, and during my abuse still, because of this manipulation, this lie, we're anonymously the greatest people in the world, so we could run you over in the pipeline out of Best Buy and BP never existed. It's like, yeah, and if you knew what I do for a living, I'd have to kill you. If I told you what I do for a living, I'd have to kill you. Cool, that works. Well, because the less people that are aware of what's going on in the inner sanctum, I don't know what they're doing, right? Like Suzuki and Judo and Jesus always tell me, I don't know, I don't get emails from these people, right? They don't talk to me. They don't want me to know what's going on. They don't want me in the building. Only murder is in the building. Oh, that sucks. Sun Tzu, yeah, Machiavelli, okay. Do you see what I'm saying? In the Bible, they're dealing with murderers. And in the Bible, they're cognizant of what's going on because it's not as manipulative as it is today. Okay. And when people read Revelation, they go, it's like a psychopathic schizophrenic episode. Okay, I was born July 1966 in Las Cruces, New Mexico. There you go. Okay, okay. I get out. Right? So most people are cognizant of, they think, okay. Oh, don't buy the Roku thing. They ask you for money. It has no free thing. Buy the ONN, whatever. Buy the Google one. Don't buy the Roku unless you're willing to pay money for their services and their shows and stuff like that. If you buy the ONN one, the Google one, you get to be able to get the free TV thing in your YouTube and stuff. So I got to go back and buy the $13 one and stuff like that. So what'd you do? I got cable and a charger. Yeah, and the Roku box, it's about as useful as if you like dog farts and paying for dog farts, it's useful. But I wasn't too fond of dog farts, and I'm still not. So, yeah. I didn't even think about it when I was like, oh yeah, Roku. Oh no, they make you pay for the service. So yeah, don't buy the one that makes you pay for the service if you don't have to. There's Tubi's free. Google free TV, Pluto has lots of free stuff, and YouTube's free. So you can have access to stuff that's. I'm on YouTube, and I'm intelligent, and I won't kill people for money. So, which we told the military back in 2010 from the trailer outside of in Frytown outside of Fort Huachuca. So I think they would have figured it out by then. You'd think, but if they told you what they do for a living, they'd have to kill you. That's not living. You didn't listen to your Marvin Gaye, did you? That song was that was my cut, man. Yeah. Jennifer Lopez says hers was freaking Rapper's Delight. Mine was Inner City Blues. Yeah. That was my joint. That was the cut that made me go, okay. Not everybody's doing right. Not everybody's doing good. And not everybody's being treated the way they should, Not everybody has life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, have you ever heard that song? Money, we make it. Before you see it, we take it. Make me want to holler, throw up both my hands. Make me want to holler, throw up both my hands. Panic is spreading. God knows where we're heading. That song, my parents both had a job because they both had to work to pay our extortion and our mortgage and shit and get us clothes for school so my sisters wouldn't be made fun of by the other girls. If my mom had stayed home, my sisters would have had to wear secondhand clothes and stuff like that and just been totally abused psychologically and emotionally by the other girls at school. My sisters were cute and, and very sexually desirable. And but it was hard because we grew up in a occupied community, and when people are occupied and abused, the females can be worse than the males. Oh, you're a guy, you can wear hand-me-down clothes and stuff like that, and you're fine. They'll make fun of you, say, fuck you. My dad works for a living. Your dad fucks other people for a living, especially in New Mexico. That works, Ooh, he told you, yeah. Okay. Underlay, what's your name? Earl. Okay. What's that's a weird name, man. What's Earl? Sounds like you're mumbling or something. Fuck you. Okay. I like you, man. Okay. Just kidding around, but so yeah, growing up, it's different. But girls, no, they'll attack you, and any guys will attack you. They do it in sports, and they do it in trying to beat you up all the time. Girls, they DNA interface with the men that compare themselves to other people and makes them bitter and vain. You should never compare yourself to other people, and just be the most beautiful light you can possibly be. I know how hard it is, and I know how brutal they are, and I know what effects it has on us psychologically, physiologically, and emotionally. Met a girl with her mom, and you know, and I had 3 daughters, and one was a junior Kardashian, and the other 2 were cute like their mommy, you know, very cute. And the junior Kardashian had a different experience growing up than the 2 cuties. The cuties got, you know, you're fine, you're that. Why don't you look like your sister? People say that shit. And you're like, why don't you look like Chris Hemsworth? Why do you look like somebody hit you with a stupid ugly bat? You know what I'm saying? It's like, wow, that was really mean. Oh, wow, you don't think about what you say before you say it. Okay. I remember when I was a kid, she met this pretty brown lady from Lordsburg. Mom said, this kind of girl, you're probably like, oh yeah, she was Mexican. She was into, you know, oh, she was pretty, right? But she was born in Lordsburg, and they have lime deposits in the water, and her teeth were yellow. And I said, she's really pretty, but why are her teeth yellow? I was 5, okay? I was like Sheldon kind of in that way. And the poor lady was smiling. She was grinning and thinking, oh, he thinks I'm beautiful. And then she covered her mouth. And I was like, oh, no, don't cover your mouth. I just asked a question. Shit, I'm a genius. I'm a fucking genius, okay? I'm a goddamn fucking genius, but I'm very honest, okay? And when I connect to people, I don't say things to manipulate them. Okay. I'm very pragmatic, and I'm very honest, and I understand. I connect to them. Okay. So people that study me and watch me, that are part of influential propaganda artists, and people that give you Wakanda forever and AI is going to save the world forever bullshit. It's not AI. What's going to make the world a better place is people using our capacity to communicate. So we think and do truthfully and faithfully. So when we speak, people go, okay. When we're living in the Lord's Prayer, it's going to be hard for manipulative people to do the things that end up on 2020 and Dateline. Okay? All you Fox Newsers and C-Spanners. I'm not taking away personal injury lawyers. I'm giving them back their freedom. I love you, all right? Peace.